Hi there, it's RG Yoho again. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the opening for the video. I've got a different ending on here. It was 100th video, and I promised you something different. I hope you like it. I really do. I'm pleased with it. I think it adds something to these videos I bring you. When I first started writing, I tried to write things that I liked because strangely enough, I'd actually thought about Louis L'Amour passing away, and I kind of wondered. I said to myself, who writes stuff? Who's going to write these kind of books when Louis L'Amour's gone? And I thought, wonder if I could do it. Why not me? And I told you before, that's kind of the way I operate. But I tried to write things that I like. I tried to pick out topics. I tried to choose subjects that appealed to me. And one thing I discovered once I really got to writing and got into it seriously, nobody wanted to read the stuff I wrote when I first started. It was terrible. But I did discover that finally people enjoyed reading the things that appealed to me. And I've often seen that in other areas. And so on this broadcast, I've tried to talk about things that appeal to me, that I'm interested in, because I've often found out that I mentioned on last time, I didn't enlarge on it. I said good writing should inflame the passions. What I meant by that is writing people ought to love it. They ought to hate it. Something about it that ought to appeal to them. They shouldn't feel marginal about it. It shouldn't be, I don't care one way or the other. They ought to either hate your writing or love it. And good writing should do that. If you wrote well, it might anger some people. If you write well, people might love it as well. But good writing should inspire something. It should inflame the passions. And I believe that. I believe people like to listen to people that are passionate about those things they do or say. And I come to believe over time, and talked about the things I talk about on here are things I care deeply about. And I also think that people will come to watch that. There was a man years ago that they said people came to watch him all the time because he set himself on fire and people just came to see him burn. And I think there's a lot of truth in that right there. I think people like to hear a person talk that's passionate about his subjects. You know, a man that goes on and just drones on and doesn't say much and just he don't care about what he talks about. Nobody's interested in that. Nobody cares about that for the most part. If you got something to say it boldly, say it proudly. Mean what you say and say what you mean. That's kind of been my way I've operated all my life. It's got me into trouble a few times, but I try to talk about things I'm passionate about. And that's kind of why this new lead in says real topics with RG Yoho. And that's kind of what I've started out to do and what I'm going to continue doing. And I'm going to talk about things that interest me. Be it writing, be it sports, be it whatever. There's things out in the world that I'm passionate about and I like to talk about. And some of you might enjoy hearing what I say about those things. Some of you may not care at all. Some of you may just hate me. But once again, good writing, good speaking inflames the passions. It's that way. It'll continue to be that way. But I did notice when I was going through some of my stuff, and going through my files on my computer, there were a lot of things I didn't show you about our trip out west. And I want to, probably in the next couple of weeks, show you some more of those videos because I think it's stuff you find interesting. I found it interesting, and I want to show them to you. One thing about my wife and I, when we go out west, there's something we've started doing quite often. We try to get on a dirt road. We try to get off the main path, and it's a good way to see the West. It's a good way to see anywhere. And quite often we look for the roads, the dirt roads, the places that nobody else goes, and that's where you see some of the most interesting things. You run across great places to eat. You'll meet interesting people. You'll see wildlife. You'll see things that not everybody sees. So I'm going to show you a little bit of that on this video here today, and I think you'll enjoy it because we did, and I just wanted to share a little bit of it with you. We're driving about 5 or 6 miles down Old State Road 85, and
and we have friends.
Yeah, we picked up buddies down here, and we interrupted their rest. Just down here with all the Angus on the highway, and whistle.
I can't. My mouth is dry.
So anyway, I wanted to show that to you. I thank you for stopping in. I hope you've enjoyed this today. Be sure and watch the outro of this video because I think you'll enjoy it as well. But that's the changes we've made. I hope you like it. Catch you again soon. Bye now.